that was Make Me A Martyr by Caskets, and this song had only just come out, so there was no guitar tabs or anything like that, so I kind of had to make it up on the fly. I did a few different takes until I got something that I thought sounded kind of similar to the song, but obviously it's not 1-1. Someone's obviously going to come out with something better sounding than this, but the whole intention behind this video is just to get something that kind of matches the tone, not so much like being a 1-1 playthrough, because if you've seen any of my other videos, that's not exactly how I roll. I don't do spot on, tone recreation videos. So I'm going to go through how I created the tone for this preset, and we're going to do the heavy tone first. So this heavy and clean. The heavy tone is pretty straightforward, to be honest with you. We've got a noise gate, and I just enabled it on the input lane itself. I just did a 66% noise reduction. If you're using a different modeler, you can just put like a different noise gate in there. Doesn't really matter as long as it's noise gate, just to kind of block the noise out. I'm using the green 808, so tube screamer. I'm doing overdrive 0, level 10, tone at noon, 5.0. That's just kind of the typical tube screamer boost / EQ trick. I'm using the EVH 5153. I'm going 6 on the gain here. Usually on this amp, I wouldn't go so high on the gain. I'd probably stay under 5, but this song definitely needed it, so I did 6, which is still pretty clean. Pulled down the bass, pulled down the mid, pushed up the treble, pulled down the presence, kept the resonance the same. Pushed the master up as well, just to drive the amp a little bit harder. It's pretty standard, I guess, for this kind of sound. These settings are pretty similar to what I do for a lot of other heavy stuff. I did a Zilla 412 Cust V30 cabinet. You can see I did a high pass at 80, a low pass at 7,000. That just cleans up the IR a little bit on the cabinet, depending on what your modeler is, or if you're using the quad Cortex, it doesn't really matter. That just kind of cleans it up. I've added a plate reverb just to widen the stereo a little bit. Very minimal settings on here. You barely even notice it on the heavy. And then, of course, I've added a low-high cut just to kind of clean things up in the low. I did 101 and 9021. Really, it doesn't really matter if you're copying these settings as long as you're in the vicinity. It's going to get you a nice, cleaner sound. For the clean tone, I added in the dual compressor. A slight compression here, 4.3. Pushed the volume up. Didn't do a high cut. Mix 100%. That just gets a clean tone, like nice and, I guess consistent. Roland Jazz Chorus, because when you're doing clean tones, a Roland Jazz Chorus is a pretty good addition. Moderate volume, bass, mid, and treble left the same. Bright on. Push the output up a little bit just so I could hear it. I've got a simple delay in there as well. Mix at 50%. That kind of gets you that delay sounding clean guitar. Dotted 8 notes as well here, as you can see, trails on, and that's pretty simple. I didn't really make many additions. And then lastly, I did plate reverb in there just to kind of give the delay a little bit more of a kick and widen the sound, and that's the 2 sounds on there. So yeah, it's not exactly 1-1, but it gets the job done. So thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you around the next video.